Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading is a mid-monthly reading for July 2018. For the reading, I'll be using the Gilded Tarot deck by Sarah Marchetti and the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards by Denise Linn. Those will be for the career and finance portion of the reading. And for the love and relationships part of our reading, we'll use the Chrysalis Tarot by Holly Sierra and the Whispers of Love Oracle cards. And those are by Angela Hartfield. As I usually remind you at the beginning of these videos, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. The only way to get a truly personalized reading will be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, you can take a look at the description box below. I've posted all of the ways that you can order a reading from me either by using the INSTANTGO app for quick, sort of yes/no answers. You can also email me or take a look at my site. So do check out that information if you're interested. I also suggest that you watch not just your sun sign video, but also your rising sign and your moon sign. Sometimes, the messages in one will resonate more that particular month than the other, or maybe all three will resonate and will help to provide you with a more complete overview of what's happening during that time period. Another quick reminder, we will have another full moon giveaway at the end of this month, so be looking out for that. I usually post the full moon spread video followed by the full moon giveaway video around the time of the full moon, and this month it's happening on the 27th. It's going to be the full moon in Aquarius, which is the full thunder moon, blood moon. So be watching out for that if you're interested in participating in the giveaway. What you stand to win is a free one-question reading with me. So watch out for that closer to the end of the month. So I will stop for now and see each of the signs in 1 second for the shuffle. Hi Scorpio, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your mid-monthly reading for July 2018. As you can see, I have already shuffled off camera and have laid the spread, so let's get started. We'll begin here with the career and finance portion of the reading. And you have as your first card, the Queen of Cups. This is you here very much in your element, followed by the Five of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Oh, that's interesting. I just noticed you have two of your cards, repeater cards down here. You have the Five of Spirals, which is the Five of Wands, and the Ace of Scrolls, which is the Ace of Swords. So you have them appearing in both readings. Okay, so significant, when you have repeat messages like that, these cards definitely, they were meant to come through for you this week. They're appearing in both of your readings. So the card at the bottom of the deck is the Star card. This is card number 17 of the Major Arcana. And from the Sacred Traveler deck, you have Unknown Territory. You are exactly where you need to be. Okay, so beginning here with this Queen of Cups. When we have court cards appear in a reading, it can be somebody who, is playing a significant role in our life during this time period. If so, then typically this would be an older water sign individual. And yes, it appears as the Queen here, but it's male, either male or female. It's not gender specific in the general readings. But an older water sign, so Scorpio like yourself, Pisces, Cancer. And this person is usually, the kings and queens of the tarot, they have really mastered their particular suit. So, being the suit of cups or water energy, she is somebody who's really mastered the suit of emotions, right? She's a very loving individual. She's very nurturing. She's emotionally stable. And she's, she's very warm-hearted as well. She's very much about, using her heart or turning to her emotions to resolve a situation, right? If there's a head or heart decision, she's very much into the heart part of it. If this isn't a person, And this could be just you taking on, the energy of this Queen of Cups. And she's somebody who, she's worried, very concerned about everybody else, the welfare of other people. And sometimes, I mean, she wants to kind of protect people, that are around her. She doesn't want people to make the wrong, or make a mistake, or or take a wrong turn, or that type of thing. So it could be that type of energy. But then it's followed here by the the Five of Wands. And the Suit of Wands deals with the day-to-day matters, right, in life, such as the work that we do. It's our homes, chores around the home, that type of thing. It's also creativity, creative endeavors, and our own determination and drive and passion. It's the suit of fire, it's passion for getting these things done. Now, fives in the tarot are usually cards of struggle or conflict, and we can see here that on the card there are actually 5 men, and they're competing against each other, right? But and there's another deck. I think it's the Crystal Visions deck that has the 3 men going up against each other, and then there are the two lions kind of facing each other. But it's all about intimidation, right? It's about trying to gain that upper hand, trying to gain the alpha position. And so none of them really, they're not intending to hurt the other people. It's more about standing up for themselves and kind of going up against the other people to try to get, to gain the upper hand here. So sometimes this card comes out when, if within the workplace, if there's been some type of struggle or, disagreement. Sometimes it has to do with if you've been trying out for a job, this could be, you needing to go up against, other people. And, the wands here, the wands kind of represent the will, the ability for them to do whatever this is. So, within the workplace, you could be over the next couple of weeks, more towards the end of the month, I would say the last week, there could be some type of situation at work where you are competing against other people. You're in some type of competitive situation. But it's about you needing to do your best, right? You needing to stand firm, do your best, because you can only, there's no control over everybody else and how everybody else will fight or how everybody else will act or react. You can only focus on yourself and do what's best for you, and it's also about needing to play by the rules. Don't turn to, like with the 5 of Swords, that kind of cheating, don't go down that road. Whatever, if there is a struggle or competition, prove your own worth. You're capable of, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Don't do anything that's, unfair or underhanded. And you will come out on top. You have the Ace of Swords as the outbound card. Aces in the tarot are blessings from the universe, right? This is the universe extending this beautiful new offering to you. And they're, it's new beginnings. They're also cards of success, victory, so if there's something you've been waiting for an answer on, this, the Ace of Swords comes in to say, yes, this is, the answer is yes, whatever you've been waiting. If this is a job, if you've been waiting to hear back about a job, if this is within the workplace, if you have, if there has been some type of conflict, you're gaining, by the end of the month, you will gain the clarity that you need. You will have that, that rational sort of clear mind. All of the fog will be lifted, and you will have the clarity that you have been looking for, that you need. Because this is, the Suit of Swords, it has to do with our thoughts, our intellect. It's the suit of the mind. It's where we come up with our ideas. It's the suit of, setting our intentions as well. And we do have, speaking of setting intentions, we have the Star card, shining over the entire spread for the last 2 weeks of the month. You have the Wish Upon a Star. This is the major arcana, the Star card. And the Star card is all about setting your intentions, putting those, putting your thoughts out into the universe, setting your intentions, also being mindful as to what you are wishing for, because, you know, the universe has a funny way of making things happen and actually giving you, bringing into your life what you ask for. So be careful what you wish for. But, you know, if this is a new job, if you've wished for a promotion, if you've wished for a new job, the Star card comes in to say, you know, there's wish fulfillment. The Star card is also a card of healing. It's also a card of like positive thought. You know, it's not just throwing your intentions out into the universe and then, you know, not believing that they will come true. No, it's all about having the hope and remaining positive and having the hope that everything will work out. So, you know, it's a very positive card. It's a card of wish fulfillment, you know, wishes coming true. So, you know, going back to sort of take or join all the cards together and sort of summarize the messages here, I think with the Queen of Cups appearing, there could be, you know, you could be dealing with, again, the situation where you might need to, and you see she's offering here. Let me show you. It's like she's staring. It's interesting because she's staring at the Five of Wands, but she's also staring towards this ace, you know, so she's looking for this clarity, you know, and we see around her head, there's also this kind of, this glow. She's looking for clarity on something here. And I think that if there is some type of struggle, competition, within the workplace, this could be, you know, just, sometimes it's that kind of backbiting. People, you know, if you're starting to get ahead, people might not like it, you know, and they try to say things behind your back, or, you know, it's that trying to it's competition, you know. I think she's looking for some type of clarity, and by the end of the month, you'll be gaining, you know, whatever this clarity is. It'll help clear your thoughts. It'll help you to make the right decision. And again, with this beautiful star, when we have the major arcana, I mean, it, you know, it takes more weight. This major arcana card, the star, has more weight than the pip cards in the reading. So, you know, this definitely, it's shining its light, this healing light, this you know, positive hope over the entire spread. So I think that, you know, you will get out of this Five of Wands, you know, just stand your ground, do things fairly. If you're going up for a promotion, or if you're trying out for a new job, you know, you can never worry about your competition. You can only worry about yourself and trust in, you know, your abilities, trust in your determination, you know, for getting the job, for getting the promotion, and you will have that. Let's see what what your oracle card says. Let me find my guidebook here, and it's called Unknown Territory, and it says, you're exactly where you need to be, even if you're not consciously aware of it. Even if you don't have all the answers, keep going forward with your heart open. If you can't see clearly ahead and don't know where you're headed, keep moving forward. Do what feels right, even if your brain doesn't agree. Your heart always knows. Instead of dismay because you're in unknown territory, celebrate that you are expanding and growing by leaps and bounds. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know. Sometimes the traveler feels lost, a lack of confidence or sense of being in unknown territory. It can seem that others know more or are more qualified. However, it can be this very feeling of not knowing that allows one to step outside the boundaries of convention and reach beyond the parameters of self that have been imposed by family, friends, society, and religion. It can be a very good thing. It can help you find yourself. Cherish those moments of not knowing. It's often during those times that the greatest revelations occur. Trust that all is well. You are where you should be. And that's so interesting because, you know, talking about it being cloudy and not being able to see, that's exactly what I was getting here with this Queen of Cups, you know, and how she is trusting. She's trusting. She's using her intuition. She's also a very intuitive person, right? Cups, the suit of cups, it deals with intuition as well, psychic abilities. And she is seeking. She's sort of turning towards, you know, and again, with this competition and saying, you know, you can't worry about others. You know, you can't think if you're going up for a job, oh, well, that person, you know, has more experience than me. That person has, whatever, that I don't have. You can't worry about that. You can only focus on you and what you do have, and then there's going to be something coming in that's bringing you the clarity that you're looking for, and it's going to be that sort of aha moment, and it's wish fulfillment. So whatever this is that you have been hoping for, as far as career goes, I would say, then it looks very positive here. So I like that for you for the remainder of the month. Let's keep going here. So moving on to our love and relationships. Again, you have repeater cards here. So your first card is the 5 of Spirals, the 5 of Wands, followed by the Ace of Scrolls or the Ace of Swords. And the outbound energy is the 6 of Swords. I'm sorry, well, it's called the 6 of Scrolls, but it's actually the 6 of Swords. But in this deck, it's called the 6 of Scrolls. And the card from the bottom of the deck, Major Arcana number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. So again, this Major Arcana card, much like the Star Major Arcana card, it has more weight. It's more significant than the other cards here. And what this Wheel of Fortune speaks of is it's a very karmic card, fated, some type of significant ending, significant change in luck, change, for the better. So, if this is in a relationship, if there's 10s in the tarot, they are ending. So it's, significant ending as a Major Arcana card. And looking at the cards that you have, I'll go through these first, I think. Not to repeat what I just said with the 5 of Wands and the Ace of Swords, but there could be some type of conflict. Again, a card of conflict here, sort of discussions, this back and forth arguing with the 5 of Wands. I've given you, the over, or sort of the general meaning for the card. Now, in this particular deck, the cards do have a slightly different meaning, so I'll talk a little bit about the different meaning for this 5 of Spirals. And in this deck, it's called Shadow, okay? And you can see that there are 5 flames that this dragon is, sort of spitting out here. But we also see, the shadow of these flames coming out. And so, the shadows here on the card, they represent kind of like those negative, the shadow, this negative feelings or thoughts in your subconscious mind. So it's, thoughts of resentment, thoughts of just kind of unhealthy thoughts, unhealthy desires. It's that type of energy. So, there could be this struggle, but maybe this struggle, it's more of this interior conflict, this interior struggle. And it's about needing to face these shadows and face these negative thoughts. And then with this Ace of Scrolls, any type of negative thought, you have this beautiful, clarity card coming in after it. So again, clarity, and this card's a little bit different. You see how it shows we have the keys here on the card, and we also have the scroll, and it's hard to see in this light. I apologize. There we go. You can see that there are hieroglyphics, there's writing on this card here, and so it has to do with unlocking some type of knowledge, gaining clarity, but it's gaining knowledge on something. And it's about unlocking the potential that lies behind, whatever this is that you are or might be unlocking. Again, it's a card of victory. It's a card of needing to sort of stand your ground, be determined, and ultimately you will be successful. But there is, there's something to be unlocked here. There's something that, that you're going to be finding out. But there's also about the raw potential, sort of since it is the beginning, it's an ace, it's the beginning of something. So this could be a new relationship. This could be within a current relationship. And I say that because, with this Five of Sparks, there might have been arguing, there might have been conflict, needing to sort of, each of you needing to face your demons kind of energy. And then there's this clarity moment, there's this kind of aha moment, which, this might be a breakthrough. Maybe you finally, after all of the arguing, you do begin to see eye to eye. There's something that kind of unlocks that and brings this, this aha moment in. And then there's a movement away. The Six of Scrolls, or Six of Wands, is one of two transition cards in the tarot. We have the Eight of Cups, and then the Six of Scrolls is another one, a Six of Swords. And it's about transitioning out of something, and usually it's transitioning out of, a more sort of out of rocky waters. This obviously doesn't look like, in the traditional tarot, it shows a woman and her child, and she's sailing away, she's being rowed away in a boat from choppy waters to calmer waters. So it usually speaks of, if you have been in a difficult situation, you're moving out of that now. It could be, the conflict is clearing up. So, therefore you're going from these choppy waters of conflict into calmer waters. And in this particular deck, the card is called Consolation. And so, it's about sort of removing obstacles in your path. But it's also about, it can have to do with travel. I mean, obviously I said, the person is usually shown in a boat. So there could be travel involved. You might be traveling to meet up with somebody. There could be some type of travel by water, next to water. But the message really for this card is compassion and being open, being willing to adapt, which, I think looking at the other two cards, it definitely makes sense, because I think that, there's been enough of this arguing. There's been enough of not seeing eye to eye. There comes a moment where, there's going to be some type of aha moment for you. And then, this compassion and starting to, be more open-minded, seeing things from the other person's point of view, being more compassionate. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's, again, it's this ending of a cycle. So, maybe this negative cycle, this negative thought pattern, this arguing, the not seeing eye to eye, it's come to an end now. And now there's this brand new beginning, and, the tens do bring in new beginnings. They do bring in new cycles. And these cycles are, they're very fated. It's very karmic energy. And so if things have been difficult for you, if you have been experiencing this, then, there could be, renewal even with, your significant other. If you're not in a relationship, this could, the Five of Spirals here could be facing, your own demons. It's facing your own, there's, negative thought patterns, or facing your own demons about, about relationships, about past relationships, about how you have dealt, or how, how you've, how you've dealt with past relationships, you within the past relationships, since we are sort of going within, looking inwards here with this Five of Spirals. And then maybe there is this aha moment. You sort of figure out something about yourself, about how, maybe things from your past, sort of past baggage from past relationships, how has that affected you? There might be this sort of breakthrough moment where you finally realize, okay, maybe I have been doing this, that, or the other. And then there's this, this compassion. It could be even needing to have more compassion with yourself, because it's not always easy to, to accept or to understand or realize that things about ourselves. And yes, okay, maybe I did act in this way in previous relationships, so there could be a transitioning, and having more compassion for yourself here. But, with this Wheel of Fortune, it's all about consequences. It's about cause and effect, sort of choices that you make and how these choices ultimately, affect your life. And, again, these cycles of action consequence, which again, I think it goes back to this possibly negative thought patterns. And maybe you've been stuck in this, endless cycle of choosing the wrong thing, choosing the wrong relationship, and then, ultimately it didn't work out. Choosing or acting this way, which led to this. So now there's a chance to break that. And this is a significant energy here. And it's about reminding you that, yes, even though it's a very fated energy, and very karmic card, you still do, you affect and you control your life through the choices that you yourself make. So, do keep that in mind. Now let's take a look. Let me find your Whispers of Love card. This is card number 40, and it says, make sure you aren't dwelling on things that have passed and no longer exist. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Everyone has a past that has helped to shape who they are. This history cannot be erased. Accept the past and look forward to a future. Set goals, dream big, and create together. By doing this, you will eliminate the prospect of visiting the past. Having a goal helps us to focus on what is important. And I do feel that. I feel that this, this shadowy energy of this 5 of spirals here, it does have to do with, sort of facing the past, but having that aha moment, but then transitioning out of it, leaving it behind, focus on the present, dream of the future, Don't allow yourself to get caught up in this thinking because it's over now. Things are changing, right? The karmic wheel of fortune is changing now. So new cycles coming in and new exciting cycles that, can definitely bring in more calmer waters, more positive experiences in your life. So overall, it looks like a great rest of the month for you, Leo. So I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. I'm sorry, I keep saying Leo, it's Scorpio. Sorry about that, Scorpio. I had Leo on I think, seeing the fire. It was making me think Leo, but it's not. This is for Scorpio. So thank you, Scorpio, for watching the video. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the month, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light. Bye for now.